story.
Hi everyone. Tonight we are going to start operations with radicals by looking at adding and subtracting radicals. Now, if you look at your notes, adding and subtracting radicals is the same as adding like terms. They are like radicals when they have the same radicand. That is what is underneath the radical. So the procedure is you add or subtract the coefficients just like you would with like terms, and you keep the radicand the same. So it's as simple as adding apple plus apple, 2 apple. We can't, of course, combine apples and bananas, but we could combine 2 apples plus 1 banana. So you could go ahead, take a look at the first one, and that is radical 5 plus radical 5, 2 radical 5. 6 radical 7 plus 3 radical 7, 9 radical 7. 4 radical 7 minus 3 radical 7. That's going to be 1 radical 7 or just radical 7. Radical x plus radical 8, can't do it. They're not like terms, so it is what it is. So try the next couple on your own, and I'll check the answers with you. So in the case of this one, we would just combine 2 radical x and the negative 3 radical x to give us negative radical x, and the radical 2 stands alone. In the next example, I would just get negative radical 2y. Now, adding unlike radicals, take a look at what's in the box. You could say, well, they're not like radicals, I'm done, I'm not doing it, it's over. Unfortunately, that's not enough effort. You have to simplify each radical first and then see if they could be combined once they've been simplified. The 5 radical 8 could be simplified to 10 radical 2, and then we would have 15 radical 2, and that's going to give me 25 radical 2. In the case of the next example, go ahead, try it on your own. Simplify as best you can. You'll be able to combine them. So the first step, we're going to take out that GCF of 8 in the first term, which is going to give us 2 radical 2 for that. So it's going to give us 10 radical 2x plus 2, or radical 2 parentheses x plus 1. And this, you could really leave that, you don't need that 2 out of the parentheses. You could leave it as 2x plus 2. Now we're going to go back to your notes on the back, and I'm going to have you start those on your own. I have the answers coming up. And what I would like you to do is, if you need to tune in for 7, 8, 9, and 10, those are a little crazy. I'm going to work through those. If you just want to skip to the end and get the answers, that's fine also. So I've listed the answers there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to work through 7, 8, 9, and 10 now. If you want to skip to the end, if you did fine with those and you have answers, you can skip to the end and see if you got the right answers for 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then backtrack if not. Okay, so this can be simplified. This would be 5x squared, y squared, radical 3x, plus 8x squared, y squared, radical 3x, and minus 10xy, radical 3x. So it turns out that these two guys I can combine, and I would get 13x squared, y squared, radical 3x, minus 10xy, radical 3x. And so those are not like terms. I can't combine those. This would be my final answer. Could you factor out the radical 3x? You could. Either way that you want to express it would probably be acceptable. In the next example, it's going to be 3b radical 3a minus 6b radical 3a, which is going to be a final answer of negative 3b radical 3a. Number 9, if I simplify each of those, I get 3x radical 2 from the first term, minus 2x radical 2, minus 20x radical 2. So I can combine all of those together, giving me negative 19x radical 2. And finally, number 10, if I simplify that, I would get 14x to the third radical 2x minus 10x cubed radical 2x, which is going to give me a final answer of 4x cubed radical 2x. How'd we do? Hopefully you did pretty well. We'll take a lot of time to practice these tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone.